Dr. Freedom here with you. It's January. Let's see, we got 35 degrees out. Temp's supposed to go up a little bit by the end of the week. It's cool. And I'm sure someone tuning into this channel will go, what does this have to do with Dr. News? Is this the Ohio weather report? And it's funny how I interestingly started getting those after somebody got a little ticked because I called them on their bullshit. But I'm dying laughing because you got all these people out there, before we go into the news real quick, who are complaining because YouTube has cracked down on them for language. And I'm like, those things were in place a long time ago, those statutes. And then, they start enforcing them. But it's funny how if you've got more than so many thousand subscribers and so many, views on a video, they don't apply them. They always pick on the smaller channels because they know you won't fight back. And the bigger channels are making the money, so they don't care. But also the fact that YouTube has gotten so big that it literally, its right hand doesn't know what its left hand's been doing for the last, probably decade. It's billions of uploads per day probably, and there's no way to manually go through every one of them. So they got bots. Ugh. But let's get to the news, shall we? Because I know that's why you're here. So unless you've been living, in a cave somewhere, in Tibet, hanging out with Buddhists and, doing whatever chants they do, and not to belittle them, no, I don't want to belittle them in any way. I'm just saying, unless you've been really, really isolated. We had a couple of announcements for, folks that are coming back for, Doctor Who. Now, the one guy, I can't remember his last name, say my life was Anyard something. He's been identified as the guy on that poster. And also, the election poster. Which a lot of the fans called right. They recognized him right off the bat. But also, Gemma Redgrave was spotted on set yesterday. On location filming. And apparently UNIT are back as well. So it's interesting, we got Critters. Oh, thank you. I keep forgetting his last name. Anyard Bernard. It's a very unusual name that I've never heard of Anyard before. And maybe it's just one I've never, seen. But yeah, he's been identified. Kate Stewart. But the problem is, how could he be from 2046 if Kate Stewart and UNIT are in the story? I don't know where the 2046 thing came from, but somebody was telling me that in the inbox the other day, and I'm like, but if this is with Kate Stewart and UNIT, it's got to be, it's got to be contemporary, But also, we got that one many arms, snail creature running around grabbing people now and obviously doing things to them I don't want to describe. Ugh. I died laughing because somebody took a picture of that creature and put a sign attached to it saying free hugs. I got a giggle out of that, I still do. So yeah, Gemma Redgrave spotted on set. Anyard Bernard's been identified officially. And of course, Doctor Who pages have confirmed all this. But one person they're not seeing. Okay, rumors are Kate is Ruby Sunday's mother. That would explain the corny name. It's one of, RTD's cute little ways of keeping, a secret. Because Ruby Sunday to me was always kind of fishy. It sounds like a stripper name, to be honest with you, or a certain type of adult movie actress name. Or maybe it's a stage name that character is going under because they're, not exactly on the up and up with the rest of the family tree. So Yeah, you're right. She did. Hmm. And I'm, glad they're finally remembering that. But who is the other child? Dun dun dun. Yeah, so Ruby Sunday could be a code name then. Some of us, some of you folks out there have been speculating. Because, like I said, it sounds like a corny ass name. And it's like, some of us have been sitting there scratching our heads going, could this be a code for something? So maybe it is. So, okay, so good, good, good. So Millie was out signing autographs. Thank you. That's good to hear. See, I like it when an actor, takes time, to go out there and appreciate the folks who are, there to see them, or, helping with their career and whatnot. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, Millie was out there with the fans. That's such good news. Um, Sadly, they couldn't do a lot of that during Flux and all that, and people were, going nuts on that, saying she's not Whitaker and Madame Gale are not proper ambassadors to the show. And it's like, no, they were filming under COVID regulations. They literally had to keep the cast sequestered during Flux because they were literally living pretty much on set. And Shooty bought a house. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I saw those pictures yesterday where the slug creatures. I'm not going to say what I wanted to say because it would be taken in a bad context. But I think Rob Williams put it. It's giving good mind or taking good mind. But okay, yeah, I'm always glad to see that because there were certain actresses who wouldn't do it until another actor made them do it. So that's very glad. I'm very glad to hear that. Yeah, that she's being active with the fans or interacting with them. So a lot of interesting stuff brewing on the horizon. Now, as you all know, like I said, Russell been saying that there's been speculation, and now somebody's claiming that it's a leak, and it ain't the guy you think it is. It's somebody else claiming that someone's leaked that Carol Ann Ford was going to be in the 60th, and I'm like, funny how they say that, less than a week after RTD put that comment up on the BBC Doctor Who Instagram, put up a clip of the end where Susan departs the TARDIS, departs the show. Way back, in the 60s, where she was the first companion departure. And, RTD put up that comment, I wonder whatever happened to her. And now somebody's going, it's leaked, she's in the thing. I'm like, no, we're hoping that's what RTD's indicating. I've seen no official sources jumping up and down going, she's in the 60th. I'm really hoping so. But, we were hoping she was going to be in the 50th. And nothing. I was hoping she was going to pop up, even for a moment in the centenary. Nothing. So I'm really hoping that that's, they're saving that for the 60th. Because Carol Ann Ford, I believe, she's in her 70s now, and it's just, I'd have to look it up. I can't remember off the top of my head. And, of course, we know William Russell popped back up, at the end of Power of the Doctor, and he was in his 90s. Or he's in his 90s now, I mean. And that was, it just, tickled me to see him there. Even just for that spot. Even just for those few seconds that he was denied in the 50th anniversary special. I like that they threw Ian Chesterton's name around on a thing for Coyle School and didn't have him show up. Okay, I thought someone said it was Nerd Den was saying that. Okay. Yeah, it's funny how he talked about that after I talked about that, you know, and also after RTD posted it. It's like, guys, if I have someone who has, you know, a good source and all that, I'll let you know. But like I said, as far as I know now, it's just I don't want to get my hopes up again. Just so I can, you know, take that, you know, yeah, he wanted Tom Baker. Yeah, I think the sad part was Chibnall wanted Tom Baker involved in the what do you call it, that little scene there with Jodie and the other doctors. And sadly, for some reason, Tom wasn't available. And he really wanted him in it, but you know, luckily we had Tom. You know, the best part of Day of the Doctor was the last, you know, couple minutes, you know, before that stupid I'm going home sequence where we had a bunch of stand-ins instead of letting the classic doctors take their places. Even for that one scene, we had a bunch of stand-ins with CGI heads put on them. They made Paul McGann's head look like he was off of Minecraft. I'm like, oh man. And then they had that guy, you know, from the back who was supposed to be Davison. I was like, wow, one of the Malfoys, you know, be one of the doctors. The hair was way too blonde. It was like, you know, it's like, wow, that's either one of the Malfoys or one of the Targaryens. I've not heard anything about Tom Baker being treated badly by the crew. He and Matt Smith had a hell of a time from what I heard. He did like, you know, Matt and them and all, as far as I knew. I haven't heard anything about mistreatment. He did mention the fact that, yeah, they had to get him up at such and such time in the morning, put him in a car with blacked out windows, and literally sneak him through the streets in the early morning hours, you know, to get him to the studio, you know, so no one would have seen him. But other than that, I've not heard anything bad about his appearance in the 50th anniversary special. I'm really hoping, like I said, yeah, so I've not heard anything bad about that. It's just said, all I heard was he just wasn't available for some reason. And as we all know, Tom's getting up there himself. He's in his 80s now, and he has been looking rather skinny, you know, skinnier than normal. And I hope Tom's still with us for many years to come, you know, because trust me, that'll be another day that, you know, I'll be out here. People are going to be looking at me like, you know, I had a relative pass away, and, you know, I have to explain to them, no, it's not anything like that. It's just like the night, you know, Liz Sladen passed. I had a tear in my eye just about all night long. You know, I got gut punched with this just as the shift was beginning, and I kept thinking, wow, it's like, this is somebody I didn't even know, but they influenced my life so much that it felt like, you know, an old friend or a relative has passed, you know. So, yeah, Tom does so much. You know, come on, he was still, every now and then he's doing those signings and stuff for fans, and I'm really hoping it's not the Master, because we've done that before. It's not the fact that I'm going to jump up and down like people did when, you know, Sasha Dewan popped up. Oh, it's too early. It's too early. Yeah, try being back in the Pertwee era where the Master was like in every serial. Tell me it's too early. Yeah, that was also a very sad day, yeah, when, you know, Bernard Cribbins passed. You know. But sadly, it happens to all of us. Well, folks, I just looked at the time. I hate to leave you on such a down note. But yeah, so, oh yeah, by the way, guess who hasn't been spotted? No Osgood. Oh, so well, the BBC are doing it because they've gotten funding from somewhere else to replace the money they lost when BBC America pulled out. I'm laying money it's Bad Wolf Studios. Sorry, the air's a bit dry out here this morning. And so, wake up. So it had nothing to do with the Disney Plus deal. So I think it was, we'd been hearing rumors that Bad Wolf was going to step in and take over, and we're hoping that's what it is that it was Bad Wolf who decided to help that. Yeah, because somebody was a total... Also, the actress who plays certain person is a total butthead. Oh, well. So take care, everyone. I'm getting out of here. I got to run inside, so have a great morning. See you all later. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be kind, be calm, be safe, and hopefully we'll see you all in the future.